I think having a long-term mindset, don't do it for 1 year, but do it for a decade.
Education.
So, what advice would you give a manager who feels limited by the current work environment but still want to grow and move forward? What advice you give to them?
Yeah, I think, look at this question closely. Hold on. So the question, Han, is if the managers feel they're limited by their current work environment, right? But they still want to grow and move forward. Maybe I will take a step back to think about what are the limiting factor, what are the limitation? Is that your boss? Is that company culture? Is that the job? Is that colleagues? Then we can think about how do we move forward. Every problem or limitation that you face, may need a different strategies or recommendation. But I think one key thing is having a growth mindset, really changing the narrative or story that you tell yourself, because we have these stories. We will say, well, I don't have the right skills, I have a terrible boss, or I don't have the right job, So how do we limit or reframe that constraints that we have in our mind? And then it's maybe you say, hey, maybe it's just not yet. You don't have that yet. And then you will start moving into what's in your control and what you can take action.
I agree with you. So if someone wants to become an entrepreneur or start a business, what should they prepare in terms of leadership and mindset and skill? What do you think?
I think starting a business or being an entrepreneur, going back to self-awareness, but the self-awareness, focusing on why you want to start the business is the why. The why has to be clear. And we work with entrepreneurs in the education technology area. We also, in F&B, we actually mentoring 5 very young students to be an entrepreneur. They want to start a business in F&B. It's interesting seeing their journey, because when they first wanted to create the business, it was about following trends. So we challenged them, if the foundation of the why based on just following trend or being trendy product, the longevity of the business, may be questionable. Because entrepreneur is all about, your business is going to go up and down. Is the time that when no one is buying your products, you may not be able to sell that product that day. Do you still believe in you making that product? Is that because your why is so strong? So I think starting with why is the most important, and then keep challenging yourself. Don't go into the trap of personal biases and thinking about you like it, other people will like it. I think you have to also challenge thinking about what is the problem you're trying to solve, because that's also part of entrepreneurship. There must be a problem, a gap in the market that you can provide a solution. I think having a long-term mindset, don't do it for 1 year, but do it for a decade. I think consistency is the most important. It's not about intensity, it's not a sprint. Nothing is going to come out within a year, so you have to really plan, am I willing to do this for a decade, or am I willing to do this for 10 years? Having a team is most important. Eyes for talents, speak to as many people that you need to, take the time to find the right partners, find the right team that align with your values and purpose. So those are I would say the 3 things that most important.